as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they can't bring him down. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A big play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. On for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
To throw is Jackson. That quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Play action. It's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
That's right. No, we
Jackson. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Baltimore defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Kill. Hold on,
Nix from the shotgun. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 18. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown, and their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, and then going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. This defense for the Broncos, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On for the Ravens field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
And this one is right through.
It is good.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team, and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
3rd and
3.
Here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Pull out. Oh, my shot.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Broncos at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again. I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Stopped short of the 25, and that second effort got him a couple extra. 79 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. This 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Throwing Nix. He'll try to pick it up himself. He's going to gift it to his running back out of the backfield. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
To throw is Nix. And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson. This pass out wide to Hall. Down the sideline he goes. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
On the give, it's Vidal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jackson now. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown. Breece Hall. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Nix to the air. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good for a Broncos.
To throw, here's Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now it's Nix. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Nix once more. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's across midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
A gain of 19 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Give to Hall running right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Breece Hall. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least.
To the right side and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Hall want to give up the middle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, Alpha, tonight. You are X. 180.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hall. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Breece Hall, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
The kick is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now, the easy...
Oh, he fakes the spike. Nick's going to keep this himself. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's keep those sticks moving. Got some mistakes out there, offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They're going. It's Nix. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Ready? Shot. Hey, middle.
Running left, it's Hall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will
They'll try and throw for it. Nick's going to keep the... And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Broncos 19. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
From the 48-yard line, here's the second down and 6. Looking to throw. Nix. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. And this is caught inside the 5. They'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Throwing is Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's in the space past the 25. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
This is real simple. When you're in 5 wide receiver formation, you don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally back there. You've got to get the ball out with some dispatch, because a lot of the aggressive defensive teams in the league, they see 5 wide receiver sets, they're automatically bringing pressure.
Now they brought the pressure. He held on to it a little too long. Winds up getting hit as he releases it. And he has the Ravens first down